Alright, so about a week or two ago, NVIDIA completely set the internet on fire when they announced their all-new 3000 series of graphics cards. Now, thus far, those cards are looking to be absolute monsters when it comes to gaming, but NVIDIA also announced something else during that very same press conference, and that's NVIDIA Broadcast. So NVIDIA Broadcast is a software suite or a culmination of previously released or previously announced software from NVIDIA that takes advantage of the RTX cores on your NVIDIA RTX graphics card to do pretty cool things such as remove background noise from your microphone or remove the background from your webcam screen. So over the last couple of weeks, I was lucky enough to be selected by NVIDIA to test out an early build of NVIDIA Broadcast. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how the software suite works and how by using something as simple as software can make your next live stream or video conference look and sound super professional. Okay guys, so now we're at my RTX powered desktop computer. Now as far as the specifications go, I don't want to get too much into them, but I will leave them up on the screen in case anybody's wondering. But the one specification that you should actually pay attention to is actually going to be the graphics card. Now for this particular system, I'm actually using the lowest end RTX graphics card that you can get at the time of recording this video, and that is going to be the RTX 2060. But even though I'm using the lowest end RTX graphics card, I want you guys to notice that in no way inhibits the performance that I'm getting out of NVIDIA Broadcast, and that's because everything that it's doing is leveraging those RTX cores and not actually going to affect the system performance out of your system. Alright, so now let's turn our attention over to the NVIDIA Broadcast software. So here in the NVIDIA Broadcast software, you have three different categories: microphone, speakers, and camera. We're going to kick things off by looking at the camera section. So here in the camera section, you have the ability to change your camera source and also change your camera resolution as well as frame rate. I'm going to be sticking with the Logitech C922 Pro Stream webcam, but I do have the ability to switch to my cam link, which is connected to my computer if I wanted to. I also have the ability to change my resolution and my frame rates, but once again, I'm going to be sticking with 1080p, 30 FPS. Now right below that is really where the NVIDIA Broadcast magic actually happens. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my webcam real quick, and as you guys can see, this is my webcam section. Not too much to it, it's pretty basic, but as you guys can see my room, and it is a webcam screen. But here in the actual effects section, it has a number of effects, four in total, and the first one we're going to take a look at is background blur. So if I go ahead and click on this little icon right here, this is going to go ahead and activate background blur. Now, of course, this is going to be simulating sort of bokeh, what you would see out of a mirrorless camera, like the Sony camera I'm shooting right over here. It's not exactly the same, but it does do the same job, which is bring the attention to the subject, or if you possibly might be in a messy room and you don't want everybody to see, everything behind you, but you don't have the ability to clean everything up, this is fairly useful. I can go ahead and switch this off. What you notice down here is actually a strength icon or strength slider. And if I wanted to, I could actually slide it up a little bit more. And if I go back to my webcam section, as you can see, the simulated bokeh is a little bit more extreme. So you do have the ability to kind of adjust the intensity. The next one down is actually going to be the background replacement. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and then turn it on. And as you guys can see here, I'm now on a tropical island in a much needed vacation. And I think, it does a pretty good job of just replacing the background with something. And what I want you guys to take a notice of or take a look at is actually going to be the edges. Now, of course, I have this microphone here, which is kind of getting in the way. But if you take a look at even like some of these edges over here, I can even stick my finger out and it's going to notice that this is a finger and not a part of the background. And that's a part of that really intelligent AI technology that's being powered by the RTX graphics cards. That's just something to really notice that's unlike a lot of the other background replacement things you might see in applications such as Zoom. Now, I do have the ability to go ahead down here and actually select a different icon or a different picture if I wanted to actually use for a background replacement. So you do have that ability as well, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with this vacation one. And then you have the ability to completely remove your background. So if I wanted to go for a background that's literally just very plain and black, I do believe this can be used in combination with OBS if you wanted to do some sort of chroma subsampling, but I'll touch on that a little bit later in this video because I have a bit of a better idea for that. But as you guys can see, you do have the ability to do a complete background removal. And then finally, the last functionality is actually going to be auto frame. Now this one's a little bit weird and a little bit distracting. I'm not a big fan of it, but as you guys can see, the camera will follow me around. So it'll get really tight And as I move around in my seat, back and forward, it will actually follow me. Now, this, in my opinion, can be a little bit distracting, but it does work, especially if you want to bring in the attention. If you're not moving around, I think it can actually do a pretty good job if you wanted to just simply reframe your shot. And there's one more thing that I really wanted to show you guys in the NVIDIA Broadcast software that unfortunately I couldn't do a screen recording of, probably because of all the moving parts. But I do have this back camera here set up, so hopefully you guys can see my screen. But as you guys can see here on my computer, I have three things open. I have a game, Fall Guys, as well as Streamlabs OBS and NVIDIA Broadcast. Now what I actually did in Streamlabs OS is I went ahead and, just like if I had a real green screen behind me, I set up a webcam source, which is NVIDIA Broadcast, and I went ahead and set up a filter for a chroma key. And then I can simply just head over into my NVIDIA Broadcast software, and I can actually go down to the background removal section, and I can toggle it on. And as you guys can now see here in my Streamlabs OBS, I have a completely removed background, and it looks like a pretty professional live stream. Moving on to the next category in the NVIDIA Broadcast app is speakers. So the idea behind the speakers functionality is that you have the ability to apply noise removal to audio sources that might be coming into your headphones or your speakers. So say for example, you're playing a game with a friend who has a really loud and clicky mechanical keyboard. You then have the ability to actually apply that noise removal on your end, so you don't actually have to hear the clicking, but maybe for them, they can continue to enjoy it. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to put together my own custom demo for this particular feature, but luckily enough, NVIDIA has my back and has one built in. And now for a quick demo of the speaker functionality in the NVIDIA Broadcast software. So I'm going to go ahead and run this little demo audio here. I'm going to hit play.
Hi there.
And right now I have noise removal off, and you should hear an air conditioner in the
Normally,
audio.
it'd be difficult to carry a conversation with someone as a result of this background noise. But with NVIDIA's AI-powered noise removal, distracting sounds can be removed so you and your audience can hear loud and clear. You can test this feature by turning it on and off in the menu, or adjusting the strength of the effect.
Works pretty good, right? And then the final feature of NVIDIA Broadcast is going to be microphone. And this particular feature I find to be extremely awesome. So very similar to RTX voice, microphone is going to intelligently remove background noise actively from your voiceover track. So say you might have a bunch of little ones running around the house making a bunch of noise while you're on a work call, or you might possibly have a significant other in another room watching television or in the kitchen making a bunch of noise. Microphone is going to actually actively remove all of that background noise from your actual voice track and allow you to come in crystal clear to everybody on the other side. Now I have done an entire demo video of RTX Voice, which I can only presume is the exact same technology in NVIDIA Broadcast, and I'll leave that video linked down in the video description below in case you guys want to check it out. But for now, let me show you guys a demo of NVIDIA Broadcast microphone. And now for a quick demo of the microphone functionality in NVIDIA Broadcast. So first up is we're going to do a typing test. I have this cheap mechanical keyboard here from Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and start typing just like this. And as of right now, I have the noise removal off, so you should be hearing the typing noises. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on now. And as of right now, you should hopefully only be hearing my voice and not typing on the keyboard. And now let's try out that blow dryer demo that they did on the NVIDIA stage. So Jesse, could you give me a hand? So as of right now, I have a blow dryer going on behind me while I'm recording this video. Now I'm going to turn on the noise removal effect. And as right now, hopefully you shouldn't be able to hear that blow dryer that's happening just over my shoulder. All right, so that is NVIDIA Broadcast. A pretty fantastic software suite, if I must say so myself. Now, of course, it's not perfect and it does have a couple of flaws. Like, for example, when using the microphone functionality to remove background noise, if you turn the strength up too much, it does come off a little bit muffled. And then when using the video functionality to remove the background or do background replacement, while it does do a pretty good job, if you really look at it, it does have a number of imperfections when it comes to separating you from the background. And it can be a little bit jarring. But considering it's capable of doing all of these things without really expensive equipment like an expensive microphone to remove background noise or a big clunky and expensive green screen to do background replacement, I think it does a pretty fantastic job just leveraging your graphics card, all while not taking a performance hit to your system when doing other things such as gaming or video conferencing and live streaming. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this preview of NVIDIA Broadcast. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Also, while you guys are down there, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if it's your first time to the channel, consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Fran. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.